We're teaching Kristen a little bit about golf today.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen often, and then to execute that shot and hit it where he hit it is extremely impressive. After all, they do know the challenge presented by Jake Arrieta, but they also know Cub history. And if history repeats itself, as it often does, that can only mean one thing. The Cubs are going to find a way to blow it. For the second time in less than a month, another Mizzou football player turned NFL star is in trouble with the law. 25-year-old linebacker Alden Smith was arrested Thursday night on hit-and-run, DUI, and vandalism charges in Santa Clara, California. As far as home field advantages go, the Packers have one of the best in the NFL here at Lambeau Field. Today's win over the Rams pushes their unbeaten streak at home to 12 games, an accomplishment the Rams couldn't prevent. And speaking of history, the NFL's Arizona Cardinals are making history today as they announce the hiring of the NFL's first female coach. The Cardinals and Cubs have played more than 2,300 times over the years, but they've never met in the playoffs. Tonight, that all changes. For decades in St. Louis, the word Cubs served as an accurate acronym. Completely useless by September, a favorite rallying cry for Cardinal Nation at first sight of any uprising on the north side of Chicago. But this September is different. Those lovable losers, well, they aren't losing so much anymore. The friendly confines not very welcoming to the Cards this weekend. We'll pick up the action in the ninth. Cards down 5-1 when Matt Carpenter goes deep off Zach Ross Cup. That would make things a little bit closer. It would be 5-4 when Addison Russell of the Cubs would make that fantastic diving catch. The flip to second would end the game. Closer Pedro Strop, he's all fired up. Cubs win 5-4. Northsiders going for a sweep this afternoon at Wrigley. First pitch is set for 1:20. On to football. I was out enjoying the beautiful weather yesterday following the Mizzou game on my phone, and I honestly thought that the app I used to check scores was broken. With UConn winning 6-2 well into the third quarter, I figured at the very least Mizzou could be losing, but not by a score you usually see in baseball. Well, my phone wasn't broken, and thankfully neither was Mizzou's hopes of an undefeated season. After a disappointing loss Friday night, the Redbirds were looking well-rested and ready to battle the Pirates yesterday in Game 2 of their weekend series at Busch. We're going to pick up the action in the second inning. Stephen Piscotty at the plate. He hits a high chopper to second, takes a tough bounce there. Josh Harrison can't make the throw. 2 runs would score, giving the Birds an early lead. On to the seventh, Matt Carpenter does it again. Check this home run out. Left center field, his 21st of the season. That would give the Redbirds a 4-run lead. They would hold on to win 4-1. Today the Cards look to take the rubber match. First pitch tonight at Busch set for 7:05. Switching to college football, Mizzou started its season on the right foot, beating SEMO yesterday at Faurot Field. Coach Gary Pinkel is once again hoping to prove the Tigers belong among the country's elite. First quarter action, Matty Mock and the Tigers off to a good start in their quest for a championship season. That touchdown would make it 14-0. This was some rough news, though. Running back Russell Hansborough going out with an ankle injury. Not sure how serious that is, but we'll keep you posted. Defense proving why they continue to be one of the best in the country. Arion Penton recovering the block punt. He takes it to the house. Mizzou wins 34-3. Also have to mention a big win for the Illini yesterday. They get their season started off on the right foot.
Hall of Famer Bob Gibson.
In a town known as baseball heaven, Cardinal Nation's boisterous blessings are usually reserved for Redbirds.
The base burglar, Hall of Famer Lou Brock.
But this week, Cardinal fans praised an opponent.
We are honored to salute New York Yankees great Derek Jeter as he concludes a brilliant career this season.
St. Louis is a fitting stop on Jeter's farewell tour because a native St. Louisan paved the way for this pride of the Yankees.
And Elston Howard smashes a single to center. The 6th hit of the series for the steady Yankee catcher.
He was the second Jackie Robinson.
The year was 1955, and Vashon High School product Elston Howard had just become the first African-American to play for the New York Yankees. A moment in history Martin Matthews remembers well.
He was a pioneer for not only St. Louis, but I think throughout the world for young African-Americans. Let him know if Elston Howard can do it, I can do it.
Elston Howard,
the third Yankee All-Star catcher.
Howard's historic 1963 campaign featured one of his 9 All-Star appearances and his first of 2 Gold Gloves. At season's end, he became the first black player to win the American League's MVP award.
To be on that team and be the first African American, he had to be able to play and play real well. So yeah, we know he was a force and a factor.
Racism was also a force and factor.
The historic community of Princess Anne, Maryland became a racial battleground today.
Howard's wife Arlene shared something Jackie Robinson often told her husband.
He used to say to Elston, I feel that your job is tougher than mine because the Dodgers wanted me. They came after me. They signed me. But the Yankees really didn't want Elston or I guess any African-American player at the time.
Controversy spurred camaraderie with Howard's Yankee teammates.
Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, all these players were wonderful to him and just embraced him.
Though his life changed in a New York minute, Howard saw St. Louis as a place where time stood still.
He was very much a family man, so that was very, very important to him to still ground his roots in St. Louis.
The home where Howard's roots were planted as a young boy once stood here in this empty lot overlooking the Compton Avenue Bridge. It's gone now like Elston. He died young at 50 of a heart condition, but his memory is very much alive just a few miles from here.
Elston Howard is our Jackie Robinson. This is a history lesson just like Martin Luther King.
That history is on display at Howard's alma mater, Vashon High School. His Hall of Fame plaque sits feet from his portrait inside the field house that bears his name.
When I see that picture, I see greatness. I see hard work, I see talent, and I see an amazing man.
Feelings shared from the prep ranks to the pros.
It goes without saying, being the first African American in Yankee history. What he's done, he's paved the way, helped pave the way for players like myself to come along.
You see, baseball fans love their legends. And we're lucky when another team's legend passes through town.
And what an ovation for Derek Jeter.
We are even luckier to have a legend like Elston Howard from our town. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.